करे धक 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 सोनिए।
मेरी चूड़ियों पे तेरा हक माहिया, आके सुलझा दे मेरी लट माहिया। वे कश खा के मैं गिरी तो मैंने चक माहिया। वे सानू एक बार तक बस वे, तू कुड़िया तकिया लख माहिया। वे सानू एक बार तक बस वे, ओ साडे उत्ते भी अख रख वे, साडे उत्ते भी अख रख वे। एक बार तक ले सानू, एक बार तक ले या, एक बार तक ले सानू, एक बार तक ले।
है नशा 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 इस बहार में।
खो गई 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 मैं तेरे प्यार में।
है नशा 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 इस बहार में।
खो गई 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 मैं तेरे प्यार में।
इतना सा बस मेरा काम कर दे, तेरी ये जवानी मेरे नाम कर दे।
अब नहीं होगा इंतजार सोनिया, आजा लेके डोली ते कहानी सोनिया। तेरा और बढ़ेगा गुड लक माहिया। वे सानू एक बार तक बस वे, तू कुड़िया तकिया लख माहिया। वे सानू एक बार तक बस वे, ओ साडे उत्ते भी अख रख वे, साडे उत्ते भी अख रख वे। एक बार तक ले सानू, एक बार तक ले या, एक बार तक ले सानू, एक बार तक ले। ओए 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 सानू एक बार तक माहिया। वे सानू एक बार तक बस वे, तू कुड़िया तकिया लख माहिया। वे सानू एक बार तक बस वे, ओ साडे उत्ते भी अख रख वे, साडे उत्ते भी अख रख वे। एक बार तक ले सानू, एक बार तक ले या, एक बार तक ले सानू, एक बार तक ले।
दिल दीवाना बिन सजना के माने ना। दिल दीवाना बिन सजना के माने ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। धक धक बोले इत उत डोले दिन रहना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। दर्द जुदाई क्या होता है तुम जानो मैं जानू। हो 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 हो, दर्द जुदाई क्या होता है तुम जानो मैं जानू। प्यार बुलाए दुनिया रोके किसी का कहना मानू। तुमसे मिले बिन दिल को कुछ भी सूझे ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। बन के लहू नस नस में मोहब्बत दौड़े और पुकारे। हो 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 हो, बन के लहू नस नस में मोहब्बत दौड़े और पुकारे। प्यार ने सब कुछ हार दिया पर हिम्मत कैसे हारे। कह दो दुनिया दिल का रास्ता रोके ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना। दिल दीवाना बिन सजना के माने ना। समझाने से समझे ना। ये पगला है समझाने से समझे ना।
जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो,
जानम समझा करो,
जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो।
जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो।
जाने जा, देखो तो इधर, क्या तुमको आता है नजर? सच कहना तुम्हें अपनी कसम, लगता हूँ क्या मैं झूठा सनम?
बकती है ये दिल की पुकार, सुनती हूँ मैं रोज ही यार।
जाने भी दे, क्यों बनती है मुझको गैरों में, क्यों गिनती है?
पहले पल में दूजा सा लगे, दूजे पल में अपना सा लगे।
आए यहाँ तक तो यार,
क्या?
जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो।
जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो। With the ill behavior, 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 with the ill behavior. Who is she? Who's that girl with lovely eyes? She's got some style. What's her name? I wanna know. She makes my heart go boom boom boom. तुम मुझको अच्छी भी लगी, बातों के सच्ची भी लगी, फिर भी दिल तो डरता है, धक 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 करता है।
डर क्या जब है साथ मेरा, हाथों में है हाथ मेरा।
डर है तुम वादा तोड़ न दो, रास्ते में मुझको छोड़ न दो।
मर भी जाए तो क्या गम है, ना बिछड़ेंगे हम दिल वाले।
है शहनाई का इंतजार।
मतलब
जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो, जानम समझा करो। जानम समझा करो, 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 जानम समझा करो।
नायक नहीं खलनायक हूँ मैं, नायक नहीं खलनायक हूँ मैं। जुल्मी बड़ा दुखदायक हूँ मैं, है प्यार क्या मुझको क्या खबर, बस यार नफरत के लायक हूँ मैं। नायक नहीं खलनायक हूँ मैं।
तबीयत तो रंगीन है, पर तू मोहब्बत की तौहीन है।
कुछ भी नहीं याद इसके सिवा, ना मैं किसी का न कोई मेरा। जो चीज मांगी नहीं वो मिली, करता मैं क्या और बस छीन ली, बस छीन ली, बस छीन ली। मैं भी शराफत से जीता मगर मुझको शरीफों से लगता था डर। सबको पता था मैं कमजोर हूँ, मैं इसलिए आज कुछ और हूँ, कुछ और हूँ, कुछ और हूँ। नायक नहीं खलनायक हूँ मैं, जुल्मी बड़ा दुखदायक हूँ मैं। है प्यार क्या मुझको क्या खबर, बस यार नफरत के लायक हूँ मैं।
नायक नहीं खलनायक है तू।
खिलौनों से खेला है तू, अफसोस फिर भी अकेला है तू।
बचपन ने लिखी कहानी मेरी, कैसे बदलती जवानी मेरी। सारा समंदर मेरे पास है, एक बूंद पानी मेरी प्यास है, मेरी प्यास है, मेरी प्यास है। देखा था माने कभी प्यार से, अब मिल गई वो भी संसार से। मैं वो लुटेरा हूँ जो लुट गया, माँ का भी आंचल कहीं छूट गया। नायक नहीं खलनायक हूँ मैं, जुल्मी बड़ा दुखदायक हूँ मैं। है प्यार क्या मुझको क्या खबर, बस यार नफरत के लायक हूँ मैं।
नायक नहीं खलनायक है तू,
खलनायक हूँ मैं।
नायक नहीं
खलनायक हूँ मैं,
नायक नहीं
खलनायक हूँ मैं।
नायक खलनायक। I don't know, but I think I may be falling for you, dropping so quickly. Maybe I should keep this to myself, wait until I know you better. I am trying not to tell you, but I want to. I'm scared of what you say, so I'm hiding what I'm feeling, but I'm tired of holding this inside my head. I've been spending all my time just thinking about you. I don't
तेरा नाम है, आँखों में प्यार है, होठों पे तेरा नाम है, आँखों में प्यार है, जिंदा हूँ इसलिए कि तेरा इंतजार है, होठों पे तेरा नाम है, आँखों में प्यार है, जिंदा हूँ इसलिए कि तेरा इंतजार है। तूने कहा था लौट के आएगी तू जरूर, तूने कहा था लौट के आएगी तू जरूर, इस आस पे मैं जीता रहा होके तुझसे दूर, वादे पे तेरे अब भी मुझे एतबार है, जिंदा हूँ इसलिए कि तेरा इंतजार है, होठों पे तेरा नाम है, आँखों में प्यार है, जिंदा हूँ इसलिए कि तेरा
लो चली मैं अपनी देवर की बारात लेके, लो चली मैं अपनी देवर की बारात लेके, लो चली मैं, ना बैंड बाजा ना ही बाराती, खुशियों की सौगात लेके, लो चली मैं अपनी देवर की बारात लेके, लो चली मैं। देवर दूल्हा बना, सर पे सहरा सजा, भाभी बढ़कर आज बलैया लेती है, प्रेम की कलियां खिले, पल पल खुशियां मिले, सच्चे मन से आज दुआएं देती है।
And a very good
You're
afternoon.
muted now. Press Shift plus Command.
I'm
plus
just
H
going to
on your
make a
phone.
little
Press hold
test
space
here
to
just to
temporarily
make sure my
mute. Close
sounds are
unmute. Press
coming
Shift plus
through.
tilde to open pop-up.
Okay, that's all working.
कल तक घर की बहू थी, अब हूँ जेठानी,
दूल्हे की सालियो हरे दुपट्टे वालियो, दूल्हे की सालियो हरे दुपट्टे वालियो, जूते दे दो पैसे ले लो, जूते दे दो पैसे ले लो।
दुल्हन के देवर तुम दिखलाना यूं तेवर, दुल्हन के देवर तुम दिखलाना यूं तेवर, पैसे दे दो जूते ले लो, पैसे दे दो जूते ले लो,
जूते दो पैसे लो, जूते दो पैसे लो।
अजी नोट गिनो जी,
जूते लाओ,
जिद छोड़ो जी,
जूते लाओ,
फ्रॉड है क्या हम
तुम ही जानो,
पकड़ो हो तुम
जो भी मानो,
जो भी मानो, जो भी मानो।
आज बात बढ़ेगी,
बढ़ जाने दो,
मांग चढ़ेगी,
चढ़ जाने दो,
अड़ो न ऐसे,
पहले जूते,
पहले पैसे,
पहले जूते,
पहले जूते।
जूते लिए है नहीं चुराया कोई जेवर, दुल्हन के देवर तुम दिखलाना यूं तेवर, पैसे दे दो जूते ले लो, पैसे दे दो जूते ले लो,
जूते दो पैसे लो, जूते दो पैसे लो।
कुछ ठंडा पी लो,
मूड नहीं है,
दही बड़े लो,
मूड नहीं है,
कुल्फी खा लो,
बहुत खा चुके,
पान खा लो,
बहुत खा चुके,
बहुत खा चुके, बहुत खा चुके।
अज रस मलाई
आपके लिए,
इतनी मिठाई,
आपके लिए
पहले जूते,
खाएंगे क्या,
आपकी मर्जी,
ना जी तौबा, ना जी तौबा,
किसी बेतुके शायर की बेसुरी कव्वालियो, दूल्हे की सालियो हरे दुपट्टे वालियो, जूते दे दो पैसे ले लो, जूते दे दो पैसे ले लो। जूते दो पैसे लो, जूते दो पैसे लो, जूते दो पैसे लो, जूते दो पैसे लो।
Love's like a road that you travel on when there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside the darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. With a brave heart free and lover's soul, come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate, break down the started again. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Through all these cities and all these towns, it's in my blood and it's all around. I loved you now like I loved you then. This is the road and these are the hills. From Mozambique to those Memphis nights, the Khyber Pass to Vancouver's lights. Knock me down and back up again. You're in my blood, I'm not a lonely man. There's no load I can't hold. The road's so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. Just tell them we're a survivor. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Give me, yeah. You're going my way. I wanna drive it all night long. There was a distance between you and I, a misunderstanding once, but now we look it in the eye. There ain't no load that I can't hold. Road so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. Just tell them we're survivors. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, yeah. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, yeah. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long.
Okay, just say something. Make sure we're all coming on the stream here. I'm coming in, I think.
All right, I think I'm coming in too. Let's see. Test, test, test.
Yeah, you're coming in.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just going to make a little test of my sounds here. Make sure you can hear my sounds as well. Just
Mm-hmm. I could hear that.
all right. Awesome stuff. So we will begin we'll begin recording in 1, 2, 3.
All right. Hello.
Welcome to Broadcast Map. This is the show. I cover the world of broadcasting, sports media, and from time to time, my favorite sports teams. Here is your host, Ali Musa. And a very good Thursday afternoon, Thursday, June 27th, 2024, and a happy Canada Day weekend for those of you listening in Canada. My name is Ali Musa. You are tuned, and I appreciate you tuning in and checking us out in whichever method you are consuming us. And I am joined by Candace Cobbing from currently of Fort Entertainment, and I believe, and she also spent time, and I remember Candace from her Kitchener days, actually. Candace, thank you so much for taking some time to join me. I know it goes back a little bit, but really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Ali.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, I remember those days well, the Kitchener days. There's a good crew down there, and there still is a good crew down there.
Yeah, we had a really good crew. We all, a lot of us sort of started at the same time and got to grow together, and we're kind of all over the place now, but a lot of us remain friends. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I believe Farwell was around in that time, I believe, wasn't he? I think he was around.
He was, yeah, he was. And as you could imagine, probably a very welcoming, awesome person for you to walk into a new environment to try to do kind of, well, what I feel like is an important job with it's a lot of pressure when you're starting out, but yeah, he was a great person to be around and have there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's a good friend. He's a good friend of the show as well. So it's very awesome to have all these. And Eric Drost, I believe, was around. He's been on too.
Yeah, I heard Eric was on. Actually, I just caught up with Eric for the first time in quite a while. Just maybe last week we caught up a little bit. So he's doing well, and well, he seems like he's doing well. Yeah, that was nice. Police officer.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting going from media to police officer, going to policing.
I know, and Eric was a show host as well, but I guess I don't know. Eric always had a lot of police sources and stuff on his show, and in the newsroom we do phone the police for news releases a lot and try to correspond with them. So I don't know. I never talked to him about where his interest came from in doing that, but maybe that's how. Who knows? Interestingly enough.
Yeah. Now, I want to start with, there's been a couple of things here that have kind of been making news over the last couple of days. I want to start with the Toronto by-election from a couple of days ago. I'm just going to wonder, your thoughts on the results. Is this sending a message to the Trudeau government and to Trudeau himself that the fact that the unpopularity is continuing to grow?
Yeah, that's hard to say, but I would think that it is, but you don't really know. I'm unsure what to say about that. I would think that it would be sending a message though about the unpopularity. Like he knows what's going on in Canada. He knows what the feedback is on what he's doing and his job. So I'm sure he does know whether whether that's sending any sort, not fear, that's not the right word, but whether it's sending any sort of message is hard to say. But I think overall there's definitely a message being sent there.
Because he can't, the thing is though, he can't deny that. He obviously knows what's happening. He obviously knows what exactly is going on. And of course it may even, what I think would be very interesting is if he sticks around for that, and leads this party into the next election.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to agree with you there, Ali, for sure. And I think, yeah, I don't know. And I don't want, I, sorry, I'm a bit stumbly here because I'm reading at the same time too. But yeah, it would be interesting if he stuck around. And you know what? I personally, I hope that he would stick around and lead the party into the next phase, sort of thing, and see what he does.
Does it make sense to you that he? Okay, so for that he stick around? Does that sort of make so that would make sense to you? Is that because just to see where things kind of go, or?
Yeah, I think it's to see where things go, but I also just think, on a side note, I just think that that's kind of an honorable thing to do, and to stay through to the end, regardless of what's going on and how popular you are at the time. If it's going to fail, or it's going to fail, but it's kind of like a captain with his ship sort of situation. So I think that he should. In that respect, but I also think it would be nice if he did. And I also, to be honest, I think it would be really nice if things turned around for him and his party.
No, I can understand that because see, obviously he's but the thing is too, though, right, that they've been in power for almost 10 years now.
I know. That's crazy to think about, because I was speaking about this the other day. I remember, when I was still in college, Justin Trudeau came to our college, and it was right at the time when he just became the leader of the Liberal Party. And there was a ton of in Ontario, and there was a ton of excitement around there because everybody was excited about him coming. He was the son of Pierre Trudeau. It was a lot different landscape than it is now. Everybody was excited when they heard his name. They wanted him to be prime minister one day, and that was ages ago. We've all lived a lifetime since then. So we've kind of all had a lifetime since he's been in power, so to speak.
And of course, he only had and see, the thing is that he only had one majority too. All these other couple of and of course, most recently, with of course striking that deal with the NDP, I think sort of said something as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Sure, I agree. What? Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I think I was just speaking over you. I'm not sure if there.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought there might have been a delay there, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. I forget where I was going with this. Let's let you go ahead, and then I'll join back in.
Oh, no problem. We will continue this and a little bit more, and we're going to take a quick commercial break and come right back with more Broadcast Map. Stay tuned.
Looking for a sports podcast that covers sports weekly as well as gets you set up for the day? Check out Weekly in Sports with me, Scott McGregor. We give some shout-outs of the week to podcasts like this one and those who do them. Discuss the Blue Jays, Bill, Raptors, and more. To learn more, check out the Sports for Beginners Facebook page. Search Sports for Beginners.
CNT Radio will never give you up. They will never let you down. Nor will they run around or desert you. So join Nick Astley for The Melting Pot every Saturday on CNT Radio. Hang on a minute. He's not Nick Astley. Oh, jings, I've done it wrong. Anyway, just join Nick for The Melting Pot on CNT Radio.
Looking for conversations on books and more, as well as tutorials on using your favorite devices and applications? You've come to the right place. Join us weekly on Spicy Techie, where Ali and Sienna provide insightful conversations as well as useful tips and tricks to help you along on your technological journey. To learn more, tune into the show and like the Spicy Techie Facebook page. Search for Spicy Techie.
What a busy traffic on this Friday evening. I am almost stuck in this traffic for the last 40 minutes. And there is no way, I think, for me to get to the show. The Sienna T Radio Song Bank, which is going to start very shortly. It's one of my favorite shows. And my, what a way to wind down for the weekend. Perfect 2 hours of fun-filled music. And she has so many great features. Sound of Music, Undercover, Foreign Exchange. Name That Tune. And the big wheel that she spins for Who's That or Where Are We? We cannot forget about the international stage. I have never come across such a great show in my life. I think I will have to press hard on my accelerator and go as fast as I can to get home in time. Wow! Wow! Look! I made it! I am almost there! Sienna T. Reid, making your day brighter, one song at a time. And welcome back. I am Ali Musa, joined by Candace Cobbing. Yeah, I know. I laugh every time I hear that commercial too.
I was laughing.
I know it's funny, and it's just so funny because it's just because kind of going like it's like with the car sounds, and I've also got one with the motorbike as well, so it's kind of funny.
Very funny. Oh, I gotta say, you're keeping me on my toes here with these topics. I just was looking up basically just dates to refresh myself, but yeah, you're right. You were talking about only the one majority government, and yeah, I had to look up. I knew that was the case, but I couldn't remember, to be honest, if it was 2 or 3 since then. So. Yeah, so 1 majority, 2 minority government. So, yeah. So now I'm all caught up.
There you go. And see, but I think too that the troubles have been kind of circling it back here to media a little bit. Is that see, it's already proven. And then of course they introduced the Online News Act, which is already proving to be what it is at this point. Which I think, ultimately. It's not going to do. It's already proving, though, that it's not really going to do. It's not really. The concept makes sense, but it's not really. It's really not going to do what it set out to do. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, and if you think about it, I kind of tend to agree with the reasoning, or what they say the reasoning is behind that, right? But I don't think it's doing what it wants to be doing, and just from a personal perspective, for me, it kind of just causes you know, like minor annoyances online.
Yep. Right, because see, I mean, you look at it, see, and of course, like, yes, sure, like they're gonna certainly, you sure, like these, like sure, the media like the federal government's gonna help, is gonna provide financial assistance to these media companies, but it's depending here on how it's being used. Now, of course, and we did see the Bell Media cuts a few months ago. Again.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. This is not the first time they've done it. They did one last year, and then this is like. But these two cuts that they made recently were very significant.
Yeah, the last one was huge, and you just sort of see it kind of affecting everything, because those cuts that they made weren't just affecting news.
Yep.
Right. It was affecting everybody in the industry. It was affecting shows and radio programs and people who had jobs that as a producer of X show, and that has nothing to do with the news. So yeah, it's kind of, how many was the last one? Do you recall? It was big.
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? Like I think it was like I know they sold about over 14 radio stations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
45.
45, yeah. Yep.
Wow.
That's right. Yeah. Right, but I think too, let's see, I mean, but it's always been though, see, if you look at you and I, which, I mean, I know you're but it seems that we are the ones that are innovating the space. That's what it seems. Where when these traditional media, because now look at look at Chorus even. Like they made some significant cuts too recently, and of course,
just recently.
Yeah, and I mean cutting also. I just saw in the weekly briefing today that in the Broadcast Dialogues weekly briefing that a couple of their Edmonton AM stations, they're shutting those down. So,
wow,
that's.
But you speak about innovating the space, but now I'm like, do you think that we're innovating this space because we would be anyways, or do you think it's out of a place where we have to because of things like this happening?
We would be anyway. Honestly, we would be anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We would be anyway because everything is at our disposal, right? We have everything at our disposal where they just haven't quite figured it out yet, and it's almost becoming too late for them to figure it out.
Maybe. Yeah, that makes sense too. I think if anything, this is just, I think you're right. I think it would be innovated anyway, regardless of the couple things that we just talked about. But I think that it's probably pushing us to continue.
Yeah, exactly. No, and look at even what Dave Trafford and Aaron Trafford and the crew at Story Studio Network is doing. It's incredible what they're doing too.
What's this? Tell me about that.
Well, Story Studio Network, basically they produce their own shows. Basically, it's all about basically, it's the best way I would describe it. It's like a podcasting, and they also work with they do a lot of podcasting as well as the marketing side too. They work with other brands to grow their podcasts as well. So,
yeah, definitely.
Right. Like, it's interesting because, see, the landscape, is certainly, it's interesting to see where things are kind of going as well. Now, do you want to tell us about your current roles as well, and maybe your previous role as well? I think your previous role was in television.
Yeah, I'm still working in television, so I'm kind of all over the map there, literally and figuratively. So yeah, right now I'm a casting producer for Forte Entertainment here in Toronto. Previously, like most of us working in television, we're kind of freelance, so we work for a number of different companies. So previous to that, I was a unit manager on a Netflix show called Restaurants on the Edge that I'm very proud of. and I've done various local Toronto shows as well. I've worked on, like a show called Salvage Kings and Save My Reno. Yeah, kind of all over the place. So I've been a bit lucky because I've been able to sort of learn a little bit about a lot of different topics. Maybe not remembering how many terms our prime minister has had, but other topics.
What is Forte Entertainment? Can you tell us about that, please?
Yeah, so Forte Entertainment is a production company based out of Toronto. I think they've been around for about 15 years. And they're a Emmy award-winning company as well. And the current show that they're run by people named Mitch and Andrea Gabery. And currently, the show that I'm working on that they produce is called How I Got Here, and it's going into its third season. And basically, it's I don't know if you've had a chance to learn anything about it or see it, but it's a TV series where basically North American born Generation Zs go on a trip with their parents back to their parents' country of origin, and they get to learn all about how their parent grew up and heritage and customs, and hence the name, and learn how I got here. So it's very rewarding for the people who participate, obviously, but it's also rewarding to us, I think, to be able to see and learn this stuff as well.
Is that type of thing important, do you feel, for the Generation Zs to be to go to check out their parents' native or homeland and see what it was like for them growing up?
I really do think that it's important. Yeah, I think most of them feel it's important too. Maybe not on their minds all the time, but once they do, they realize how important it is. But I think it's important for anybody to be able to, whether they're Gen Z or they're old like me, to be able to go back to where to see how their parent grew up, how it differs from how they raised you, how you grew up in Canada, and you kind of you get a better understanding of your parent, right? So even that you had a good relationship to start with, I think that generally only makes it better. And a lot of these kids sort of say they're happy, but they feel, sometimes they feel like there's that part of them missing. They know that their heritage is from, whatever place, but they haven't experienced it for themselves. So being able to experience it and have that, and kind of makes them see where they belong. Yeah, and that's from them. That's not that's not me saying it.
Do you feel that what makes it important though? Is it just the fact that here they have everything that they could ever want, or have all the luxuries of everything, and then when they go back there, it just seems that they don't they don't take things for granted anymore? Or they realize and learn to kind of have a different approach?
Yeah, I think it's both. I think that it's definitely that, and that is the case with many people who are second generation Canadian, whose parent immigrated here, for sure. But then I also think that it's important, just interpersonally, just as far as your relationship with the parent goes, because you grow up in Canada, you grow up to these parents. They had many times an entire life somewhere else before you even entered the picture, right? And so for you to be able to go back and experience that with them, and sort of gain an understanding about who they are, not just as a parent to you, but who they are as a person, is very valuable, I feel like.
see, like, but for example, like some places, like a country like India, that is also like it's changed so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you may not get that. So you won't. So you will not necessarily get that type of experience there.
Yeah, you don't necessarily like even, my parents are from Wales, and even them going back, even me coming back to Kitchener from 10 years ago, it's way different than it was when I was there. So so.
And have you been back to Kitchener?
But yeah, my family's still there, so I do come back quite a bit. But when I have to go downtown, I like quite routinely get lost with the new LRT.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like everywhere would obviously be different than when their parent grew up there. We also try to, sort of reunite the family with maybe people that their parents haven't seen in, 20, 40 years or something like that, people from their youth. So they could sort of, even if the landscapes change and the country has changed, they still get to relive that, so to speak. Like they get to be put back sort of in that position. And having said that, I know like people who are born and grow up here generally do have access to everything, and they are, we are lucky. There are other countries like that as well. Like it's not always going back to a country where maybe the parents had a hard time. Like sometimes it's not, but every sort of family, every sort of situation, everyone has a story. So just discovering that, I think, is very cool.
Yeah, and no, it's exactly. No, I'm in Cambridge, by the way.
Okay, so that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, right. But see, I think and I think also kind of to set those stories and everything, I think audiobooks and things can really be of value to that as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, how do you mean?
Well, if you want to find out what like different somebody's journey was or is or has been, and if there is an audiobook on them available, I think it just makes it that much interesting to find out the journey.
Yeah, I agree with you there as well, for sure.
Something like Audible, I think plays an important role. I think it's, I quite enjoy it. Like, of course, Audible has more than just books, though.
Yeah. There's a whole, I listen to a lot of podcasts on Audible as well. And yeah, I enjoy Audible as well. It's convenient, and it's, I don't know, what sort of things do you listen to? I find when I'm listening to Audible, I like to listen to sort of the biographies, and then the person's reading them.
You know what I'm currently listening to? I'm actually currently listening to Off the Record, which is Peter Mansbridge's book.
Oh, how is that? I was interested in that.
Love it. It's a great book.
Oh, good recommendation. I'll definitely get on that, because I was interested in that one as well. And I do have, however the subscription works to Audible. So I have a couple of credits. So
okay. Like, are you on the $1 credit a month plan, or are you on the? Yeah, the $14.95 one. Yeah, that's the one I'm on too. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I have about 3 sitting there. So
yeah, actually, you might want to take advantage before the end of the until tomorrow, actually, on the day of this recording, June 28th, because they've got a specific list of titles where you can get 2 titles for 1 credit.
Oh my goodness. Okay. See, today was the perfect day to talk, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah, and you know what? You can get and the deals too, the daily deals and some of the other deals they have, like monthly deals. Like, it's incredible. You can get like really good deals on it, on things.
Yeah, I find that too. And I don't know a lot about the algorithm of that, but they have been successful based on my titles of recommending books that I love that I wouldn't have necessarily downloaded myself. So, yeah.
Oh, exactly, right? And I mean, that's like, I'm also like seeing now. Of course, as you know, as I know, you've been following me for a little while now. That I'm a big sports guy.
Yeah, I do know you're a big sports guy. So are you sports audible as well?
Yeah, I've got a couple of I've read Sidney Crosby's book. I've also read 99 Stories of the Game, which is Gretzky's book. I'm also Down Goes Brown. I think it's called Down Goes Brown: History of the NHL by Sean McGindow.
Okay. Cool.
Looking into that as well. I've got that. I think it's in my library, I think, so I'll be able to maybe after Mansbridge I'll take a look at that one.
Are you you mentioned Gretzky. Are you a Gretzky fan?
Well, I have a lot of respect for what he did. Okay, as a player, and I'm glad he's still involved in the game a little bit, as like from the TV side of things now.
Yeah, for sure. When I was growing up, we were my mom was the big hockey fan, so we followed whoever she loved when I was younger. So
no, I'm a Leaf fan too.
Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. So you must have been really happy this playoffs again, eh?
Well,
oh my goodness.
Interestingly enough, I do feel Shanahan's in his last year, though. That's something I do feel.
Yeah, he probably is. Did you feel like we were gonna do it in the end, or were you still skeptical because of previous years?
Well, I kind of thought when they pushed it to a game 7, I thought it would be kind of like last year, where they won one round, but injuries. But I sort of thought yes that they would be able to push it forward. And it was against the Bruins again, out of all.
No,
right? So.
Hate that. Did we ever find out what illness Austin Matthews had?
No, I don't think there's any word on that.
No, because that was something, and I remember, going into it as well. I don't know. I felt bad that I felt like he was way overworked trying to get him to that 70.
Yeah, and Sergei Berezin passed away as well.
Oh, that's right.
Saw that too. That Sergei Berezin passed away as well. And I mean, interestingly enough, I see. Like, I think certainly, it's interesting, sort of. Now, I think. It'll be now, of course, with the draft and things. It's going to be like. I don't know. I really think it'd be. I feel it might be in the team's best interest if Marner doesn't return, but I don't think that does not look likely, because he gets to decide.
Yeah. Are you? It seems like a lot of people don't want him to return.
Yeah.
And that he's. Ask what's the deal with that? They're just, the consensus is that he's asking for too much money. Is that?
Well, I just think he served his time now with the Leafs.
Yeah,
and he hasn't lived up to expectations recently, and
but he's still so young, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but certainly, but if they can get something back for him, though, that's.
Yeah. Does he still is he still a favorite? Does he still have a lot of fans out there? Because most people that I talk to, even people who I thought were Marner fans, are kind of hoping the same as what you just said.
I don't know. I don't think he has too many fans. Well, he may, but I don't know. I think, they can't, I don't know. I don't think they can move Tavares. I think if they move off of Tavares and Marner, maybe that might sort of do the team a little bit of good. But then again, I I think it has to start with Marner.
Mm-hmm. I understand that. It kind of, yeah, getting rid of him, seeing what we could get back for it, kind of served his time. That sounds like kind of our first our first conversation today about the Prime Minister. But yeah. Yeah, I can.
Oh, he'll find himself done soon too, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, I think both those things are correct, but I don't know. I always just, until the last minute, I always hold out hope that person could like an underdog story, and that person could just come back and be a hero. And I'd hope that for Marner, and I'd hope that for the Prime Minister. Do I think either of those things are going to happen? No, but
I don't. For the Marner, I think it could happen, but for the Prime Minister, I don't know about that.
No, I don't think it would ever happen.
No,
but if it did, that would be cool, but it won't. I agree.
because see, the thing is, he's dug himself into so many holes here.
Yeah, and there's the whole thing too of like to me he's different now too. Like obviously he's been around for a long time. He was the youngest Prime Minister ever, correct? So
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah. So he's definitely not anymore. He's been around for a long time, but I think even his whole demeanor sort of changed. And to me, when he's speaking now, or when I'm looking at him, he kind of seems like somebody who doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, and you see how defensive he got? Remember when the whole carbon tax thing came up? See how defensive he got? Quote, we are, this is the best thing. We are going, quote, and he says something like, we are actually giving Canadians rebates back. Like, he got so, quote, like, that's sort of what he said, but he got so defensive there.
Yeah, that was the same when he came and took the mic off Doug Ford as well? They were talking about the same. Was that the same thing, or was that different?
Could have been, or it could have been the Polyev one. It could have been the Polyev as well. Like, when Polyev sort of put that tried to put that non-confidence motion forward.
Okay.
Of trying to bring the government down.
Yes. That's probably what that was for sure. But yeah, that wasn't the only time either that he got defensive like that. That's like that's happened a few times where the question isn't even out. It's like he's almost ready to I don't know. It seems like he's over it, to be honest. Yeah. And when he started out and through his first term, like even whatever he did wrong in his first term, he seemed like he wanted to do it, and he wanted to do better. And I don't think he seems like that anymore. I think he seems like this is how it is. This is what we're doing, and I think it seems like he doesn't want to be there.
Well, I mean, I think so too. But see, the thing here is a lot of people are bringing in, though, which maybe makes sense, that the separation between him and Sophie into the. I mean, because see, when he gets out, if he steps away now, he resigns. That's going to be more of what. That he'll be dealing with, and what's going to come out more.
Just details about his separation.
Oh, that could be. But do you think? I mean, because see, if he's it. I mean, it would to me, it would make sense for him to resign at this point, because obviously he knows where things are standing.
Yeah, you're right. It would make sense for him to resign. Do you think he would? Do you think he will?
Well, it's either he, you know what? It's either, well, I feel kind of he has no choice, right? Either he will, but either what will happen is either he will resign sooner, and he'll call that election, or he will call the election soon, and if he doesn't win, then he might just step away. But I think I kind of get a sense he's a little bit scared to resign, though.
That could be, but there's also this whole thing. Like I was reading a poll, I think just yesterday. I don't remember, yesterday or the day before. Toronto Star had a poll about how even if he did resign, it wouldn't necessarily save the party at this point.
No, it wouldn't. No.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wouldn't. No, because the thing is no, but see. But then it's time for rebuilding the party, right? That's what it's all about, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So now, but there aren't really many choices. Mark Carney's name has sort of floated around, as far as who was the former governor of the Bank of Canada and the UK. His name has kind of floated around, has taken over. Chrystia Freeland, I don't know if that deputy, I don't know if that would make much sense because of the fact that she's sort of been his right-hand person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a lot of talk about her a couple months ago as well. That wasn't very kind.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting because yeah, no, I mean, it was an interesting, like, sort of after that by-election, like on the Tuesday, there was an interesting conversation that they had on the Big Story podcast, actually, about that very thing, about whether is this sending a message? Will he just end up will he resign? What's the next sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, I definitely, yeah. Either way, the party has a lot of rebuilding, as you said, and like restructuring and safety to do, because I don't know, I think most people who are displeased with the party, maybe it's because of him, but there's a lot of just overall dissatisfaction and a lot of people going back to like conservative voting from Liberal. So
Yeah. Now, can you just tell me, before we wrap up, what was it sort of like for you work, being a part of a newsroom there in Kitchener, part of just a great team of, who was it? Lisa Drew, Glenn Pelche, who was there? Like, what was it like?
It was great. So I suppose anybody who leaves and thinks back on their time, they'll say that that's the golden era, right? And I'm sure Lisa and Glenn had a huge golden era before any of us joined. But to me, those that was the golden era. Those it was great working with. It was fantastic working with all those people, actually. And anytime there was any sort of like election, like a small local municipal election, or a province-wide or a country-wide, those were obviously the busiest, like all hands on deck day. And those were the days that were closest to what you see on TV and what you see in movies about what it's like in a newsroom, because it's not the same as obviously what they show in there, but those days it certainly came close. So it was a wonderful experience, and a lot of stuff that I learned from those people, that I learned from Glenn, that I learned from Lisa, and then even that I learned from people around my age, like Eric and Mike. I still hear kind of their advice and their voices today in decisions that I make in my current job. So, yeah. You don't know what's going to affect your life when you're in it. You only know after the fact.
Yep, exactly. Yes. Yep, exactly. Yeah. No, it's certainly true. Well, Candace, I really hope that we can. Do a part 2 in the future as well down the road. Where can people find you online? Are you on X? You on? Where can people find you? Out of the website?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook just under my regular name. I'm on Instagram at the Cobbing, And I don't really use X that much anymore, but I'm still on there. That's So Cobbing is my name, but I rarely check that. So the best way to get a hold of me would be Instagram or Facebook.
Awesome stuff. And of course, you can find me on all these on all the same place. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and on X as well. And and all of the information will be for both of us will be included in the show notes when the audio goes up. Well, Candace, I really want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for joining me here on the Thursday, June 27th show, and I hope we can do a part 2 down the road.
Me too. Thanks so much, Allie.
My pleasure. And I always say, stay tuned. There is always excellent conversation taking place. Thank you so much for listening to Broadcast Map. To learn more about the show, please visit http://alleytechgroup.wordpress.com/broadcastmap/ like the Broadcast Map Facebook page by searching Broadcast Map. Stay tuned. There is always excellent conversation on the way.
से डरता है दिल इकरार हो न जाए ना मिलो ना मिलो ना मिलो हमसे ज्यादा कहीं प्यार हो न जाए कहीं प्यार हो न जाए कहीं प्यार हो न जाए ना यूं हमको चाहो सनम चाहत की राहों में है दर्द और गम
कितने पास थे फिर भी दूर है
दोनों इश्क में क्यों मजबूर है
नजरों का तीर दिल के कहीं पार हो न जाए ना मिलो ना मिलो ना मिलो हमसे ज्यादा कहीं प्यार हो न जाए
कहीं प्यार हो न जाए
कहीं प्यार हो न जाए
दीवाना कर देना दीवानापन कहते हैं इश्क पे ना जोर सनम